No rap intro. You know what it is. We're coming straight off the 16. We're going straight into 17. She said they're gonna have 1,000 Chicagoans that could possibly die by the end of the year. They're always talking about possibles or maybes. You know when you wear your mask? No, when you don't wear your mask. You know, most of the time when you're not wearing a mask, you breathe through your nose. And every time they show you somebody infecting another person that has a mask on, that person has the thing that they, and then they're sick or they're sneezing and they're coughing. Well, yeah, if you're coughing and sneezing and you're sick, then you should be covering your mouth. But they show you that part, and to get you scared, they say you gotta stay 6 feet away. Two healthy people gotta stay 6 feet away from each other. Okay. All right. You make that make sense. I'm gonna get back with you. And again, the World Trade Center 7 challenge is always available. You make 3 buildings and 2 planes. You make that make sense. Now listen to what you gotta say. But
from this virus by the end of the year.
Across the Midwest, infections and hospitalizations are breaking records. Illinois, Wisconsin, and Indiana are now reporting a new case every 4 seconds on average. A growing number of conservative governors from Utah to Iowa are issuing mask mandates for the first time.
The virus
Look up the video, I Scream, You Scream, we all scream for ice cream.
And all of us can help stop its spread.
This wave
If you are to gather with other family members, keep it small. If you are eating together in the same household,
has anybody ever seen the movie V for Vendetta?
The buffet. You should have one person plate the meals.
The guys are running around
have multiple people coming up and all helping
they call them black cars or something.
Who could forget? Dr. John, let's start with you. Everybody wants to know, should we even get
they're
together
spying on people and what
for
they're saying in their houses
this year, even if it's just extended family, grandma, grandpa, uncle, aunt? Is that okay?
Minority Report with the Thought Police.
And Savannah, you want to be extra careful this Thanksgiving. And the safest way to celebrate by far is just with members of your own household. And then beyond that, the next level of safety would be those in your quarantine bubble. Those that you've been associated with over the past couple of months, and you know they've been staying safe. Anybody beyond that, you want to make sure that they start quarantining right now. These are people outside your quarantine bubble. They start quarantining right now. And then when they come over, they wear masks, they social distance. Now, one area
how are we supposed to spend time together if we're wearing masks and social distancing within our same house?
COVID, then you really want to double down on those masks and that social distancing, Savannah.
YouTube, I'm not saying don't wear the mask. By all means, for the love of God, wear the mask.
Millions of Americans will drive or fly for
celebrating
outside in October.
Now the numbers are really rising very, very sharply. And even just having it this coming weekend, I think we would have felt very threatened about getting together.
There were fewer guests. Visiting family were spaced apart at separate tables, and masks were worn.
Want to be safe. Ooh, let me be safe.
Now this all sounds
really
familiar, doesn't it? Remember the repetition of this?
You want to be safe.
Probably want to get outside, enjoy the holiday. Dr. Anthony Fauci, he has some concerns here. He says he's worried about another potential surge of cases after the long weekend, and is calling for everyone to be vigilant ahead of flu season.
When you have a holiday like Labor Day, we have seen after the 4th of July,
we saw
after Memorial Day, a surge in cases. What I would really like to see is kind of a full court.
After Memorial Day and the 4th of July this year, we saw a consistent spike in the number of cases following holiday celebrations.
How are you going to fight an invisible enemy?
Dire new holiday weekend warnings. There's a big concern that potential Labor Day parties could lead to a possible new surge in cases, kind of like what we saw happen.
Good news is they probably can't take this video down because
for Labor Day, it means the unofficial end of summer.
This is actual news
and you may be
coverage.
trying to choke up the last of it, right? But doctors say what we don't want to do this weekend is ruin the start of fall.
And then our highest census of the pandemic was in mid to late July. And we were concerned some of that might have been related to 4th of July activities.
In the week following, the state averaged about 1,500 cases a day. Doctors now delivering a stern warning as we head into Labor Day weekend. The more people you surround yourself with, the more risk of infection.
And the more risk
nation's top
that you could
infectious disease expert, Dr. Anthony
get it
Fauci,
and be
telling
immune,
governors Labor Day
because
weekend
all
will
of the
be
people
key
who've had
in
it and
figuring
was
out
still
if
at
the U.S. can
248.
control in the fall. NBC News medical
248,000
contributor
people or
Dr.
so
Natalie
have
Azar
died,
joins me now.
which
Dr.
is
Natalie, first of all, it's so good to see you. Now let's
which is
talk about
roughly
the
a
impact
light
just
flu
one
season.
party
Look up
or
the
event can be so
stats for last
dangerous. I
year's
know we
flu
saw these
season.
spikes after Memorial Day and the 4th of July, but how can these one-off events be so dangerous?
Today, people will hit the road for the holiday weekend. Health officials are concerned, though, that people are going to let their guard down this Labor Day.
Yeah, I'm gonna let my
we saw
guard
on
down.
Memorial Day and
I'm
the
take it
4th of
off
July
safety.
across the country.
The Labor Day weekend is nearly upon us, and that means people are gearing up for one last summer outing, but of course it is happening amid a pandemic.
One of these ladies
anytime
is
there's
in
a
my
risk of a
area.
mass
Hold on, let me
gathering,
just
people
fast
go,
forward.
even
Let me
if
see.
you do.
Final days of can't take a vacation from a pandemic.
We need
I think you're getting.
States
Yeah,
are seeing
yeah.
cases
This is
and to wear a mask
this
when
this lady's
possible.
in my local area.
States are seeing cases trend down, including here in
Do
Florida.
love that hourglass
With
figure.
another holiday weekend upon us, there's concern that we could see another spike similar to Memorial Day and July 4th.
Hoping to avoid what we saw over
Let's take away the holidays. They took down your statues. Why not take away your holidays?
Webb says we need to continue to do the things that work. Physical distancing, hand washing, and mask wearing.
Did you know that the physical distancing, that's not new. That's not 2019, 2020. No. There was actually, I'll try to get the story right. The little girl, it's always a little girl, it seems like. The little girl, her dad works for, let's just say it's the CIA. I'm pretty sure it's the CIA, but let's just say that. Her dad works for the CIA, and he was doing a project, and he was like, oh, how can we get the people to do what we want? You know, she was like, oh, in the schools, you know, what about, social distancing? Did she say social distancing? She definitely came up with the 6 feet thing. That's why there's a 6 foot social distancing. So break that down and search that out for yourself.
Oh yeah, people totally forgot.
Oh, is that it? Yeah.
With each passing holiday,
What
is the reason for the 95%? He was
Yeah.
go to.
we saw over Memorial Day.
That was basically it. Okay. Let's go to Brian's video too, because we're in a separate one. So yeah, let's play a lot of this. This is on the news recently. Zuckerberg's being questioned by senators as far as like the content that they're allowing us to see.
Facebook tracking its own users all across the web.
Good news,
Mr.
this
Zuckerberg
guy's
won't answer
dumping
questions
on
about it, can't
Facebook.
remember the
He's
name,
letting
isn't
them
sure
have it.
if the tool is deployed in this way, and won't commit to giving us basic information. I submit to you that this is both totally unacceptable and totally predictable, because it is exactly what these tech companies have done to the American people and to Congress for years now,
Boom.
which is why it is
Josh
time
Hawley
we took
rips
action against these
Zuckerberg
modern-day robber barons.
a new one in public hearing.
Yeah, you better put a move on it. Get her
That's
quick.
Brian right there.
They just called Zuckerberg a robber baron right out of the gate.
Oh shoot, we can't get past the I've already watched it. I shouldn't be watching ads, but
rates, they set prices, they determined how they would control information flow, they determined how they get rid of competition, and I'll be darned if we aren't right back there again.
he was talking about the
Except this
robber
time you're the
barons
robber barons.
Talk about saying
and how they set up the fiat currency as it is today.
Owners of Fedbook and
On,
Twitter. I mean, where's
it's not
Murray
Jekyll
Povich when you need him? You are the robber baron.
Why am I thinking Jekyll Island?
He is the robber baron, right?
Is it Jekyll Island?
Apathy and indifference.
Anyway.
That's what's wrong.
My knowledge of the company's content moderation. That includes Facebook's censorship teams, including the so-called community well-being team, the integrity team, and the hate speech engineering team, who all use the task platform to discuss which individuals or hashtags or websites to ban. Now, Mr. Zuckerberg, you're familiar with the task platform, aren't you?
Task platform.
Senator, we use the task system.
This
for,
alien is tuned in via
as you say,
Skype or
people
Zoom
coordinating all kinds
whatever
of
they're using.
work across the company. Although I'm not sure if I'd agree with the characterization
Yes, I call him an alien.
Around content moderation that you gave.
And he's been to
let's get into
Epstein
that.
Island.
And let me see if
His
we
name
can
is in
refresh
the
your
flight
memory and provide folks at home watching with an example. Here over my shoulder is an example. It's a screenshot of the task platform in use.
He doesn't
You'll notice
like
if the camera zoom in, several references to
the
election
way
integrity
that they
throughout
obtain
on these lists of tasks.
adrenochrome.
Again, this is shared across
I don't know if it
Facebook
was
sites,
adrenochrome.
company locations, by working groups.
He didn't like the way that they obtained it, but he did enjoy
input from
the
Google
actual
and
end
Twitter
product
as well. So Facebook, as I understand it, Facebook censorship teams communicate with their counterparts at Twitter and Google, and then enter those company suggestions for censorship onto
I'm gonna
the
keep talking
task
through this because I don't want to get another strike. Oh, it'll be my first strike. I got a warning. I've been validated. But go over to Brian's channel, High Impact TV, and watch this whole video. Hit the like button and
Does
subscribe
Facebook
if you can.
coordinate its content moderation policies or efforts in any way with Google or Twitter?
Senator, let me be clear about this.
Be clear then.
We do coordinate on and share signals on security-related topics.
Of course.
So, for example, if there is signal around a terrorist attack or around child exploitation imagery,
When's the last time you heard anything about a terrorist attack?
Creating an influence operation, that is an area where the companies
or anybody in the mainstream media or corporate media talking about
I think it's important to be very
a child
clear
abduction.
that is distinct from the content moderation
or any of these
that we or the
500
other
or 700 kids that have
where
been
once
found this
we
year.
share intelligence or
saved.
signals between the companies, each company makes its own assessment of the right way to address and deal with that information.
The only problem here, Mark, is that you didn't answer the question.
No, he did not, Brian. No, he did not. Why am I still watching commercials? I'm watching. Well, look, my videos aren't set to be monetized, but if by chance they are monetized when you see this, if you could do me a favor and let the video play for about 15 seconds, that would be great, and then you can just go ahead and skip it like that.
Well, I'm talking about content moderation. I'm talking about individuals, websites, hashtags, phrases to ban. Is it your testimony that you do not communicate with Twitter or Google about content moderation, about individuals, websites, phrases, hashtags to ban? Just yes or no. Do you communicate with Twitter or Google about coordinating your policies in this way?
Yes.
Senator, we do not coordinate our policies.
Do your Facebook content moderation teams communicate with their counterparts at Twitter or Google?
Yes.
Senator, I'm not aware of anything specific, but I think it would be probably pretty normal for people to talk to their peers and colleagues in the industry.
It would be normal, but you don't do it?
No, I'm saying that I'm not aware of any particular conversation, but I would expect that some level of communication probably happens.
I'm okay leaving FB. I'm okay
what our
leaving
policies are or our responses.
There's not a whole lot happening on
Fortunately, I
MeWe,
understand that the task platform is
but
searchable. So
if you want to
will
look me
you
up,
provide a list of every mention
probably
of
gonna add you
Google
as
or
a friend.
Twitter from the tasks platform to this committee?
Happy to leave.
Senator, that's something that I can follow up with you and your team after on.
Well, yes or no, I'm sure you can follow up
Just
with
think
the
about
list,
over the last month or so, there were a couple of challenges in FB.
Will you commit now
And
to
people
providing
were
a list
challenged to
from the tasks
post themselves with
platform of every mention
their
of Google
dad,
Twitter?
or like post 5
Senator,
pictures of
respectfully,
you
without
at
having
different
looked into
ages.
this, I'm not aware of any sensitivity that might exist around that, so I don't think it would be
Post a picture of you like when you first joined FB
How many
and
items
of
on
you
the task
today.
platform reflect that Facebook, Twitter, and Google are sharing information about websites or hashtags or platforms that they want to suppress?
Right.
Senator, I do not know.
Will you provide a list of every website and hashtag that Facebook content moderation teams have discussed banning on the task platform?
Senator, again, I would be happy to follow up with you or your team
What we need is a split screen of when the CIA did that back in the 50s. And he's like, are you sure that you don't have any people from the CIA working in the news media under Project Mockingbird? Well, Senator, I'd like to get in that in the private council. I'd like to get in that in a different session.
The information you have logged on the task website about content moderation that your company has undertaken? Yes or no?
Senator, I think it would be better to follow
and
up
all these challenges that we're participating in, well, you're just giving them information about yourself, but more importantly, in my opinion, is you've given them a current picture of yourself and a not so current picture of yourself. You've identified that this person is my family member and a close family member, and this is a recent picture of us.
To provide information that he knows that he has and has now acknowledged that he has, that tasks has under.
So in other countries that have 200
Mr. Zuckerberg, tell me about
plus million cameras, closed circuit cameras.
Senator, I'm not aware of any tool with
the Asian country that I'm not going to mention by name.
There's a demonstrative now over my shoulder. Centra is a tool that Facebook uses to track its users,
so
not
many
just
cameras.
on Facebook,
the facial identity. Did you
different
know that they don't even
profiles that a user
need
visits,
your face
their
for
message
facial identity?
recipients, their linked accounts,
Because
the
of
pages
satellites,
they visit
they
around the
have
web that have
started
Facebook
making profiles
buttons.
of the
Centra
top of
also
your head
uses
down.
behavioral data to monitor
So when they
users'
look
accounts,
down
even
on
if
you,
those accounts are
the
registered
shape of your
under a
head, where
different
your
name, and
ears
you can see
are,
a shot
how
here,
far they
screenshot
poke out
provided to
or
us of
in.
the Centra platform. We blocked
Yeah,
out the
they
user's
use that
name
just like your
in the
facial
interest of privacy,
recognition.
although you can see this individual's birth date and age,
Mandela effect.
when they first started using Facebook, their last login, as
She's
well
so
as
beautiful.
all manner of
Her
trackings.
husband's a
How
lucky
many different
dude.
devices have they used to access Facebook? How many different accounts are associated with their name? What accounts have they visited? What
I'm gonna
photos have
rewind
they
this
tagged?
part
And on
because
and
you
on.
need to hear this.
All manner of age, when they first started using Facebook, their last login, the shot provided to us of the Centra platform. We blocked out the user's name in the interest of privacy, although you can see this individual's birth date and age, when they first started using Facebook, their last login, as well as all manner of trackings. How many different devices have they used to access Facebook? How many different accounts are associated with their name? What accounts have they visited? What photos have they tagged? And on and on and on. Mr. Zuckerberg, how many accounts in the
If
United
you have
States
not seen The Social Dilemma and you still have a phone, which I have a phone, but I've seen Social Dilemma. I keep tape over my phone. That's what this little thing is. When I'm not using my phone, this is on the back of it. And I have one on the front.
Do you have a tool that does exactly what I've described and that you can
And
see
that light
here
right there
over my shoulder?
says that the microphone on this laptop is on mute.
Senator, I'm saying that I'm not familiar
Go
with
watch
it,
Social Dilemma.
and that I'd be happy to follow up and
what if I told you that they can make money
that you would like
off of
but
what tasks you do on a daily basis?
And can share today.
It's always amazing to me, Mr.
Like,
Chairman.
I
how many
know
people before
for a
this
fact
committee
that within the
suddenly
next 3
develop
days you're
amnesia.
probably
Maybe
going to
it
go
is
to
something about the
this
air
store.
in the room.
You're
Let
probably
me
going
ask
to
you
buy
this. When
this
a Facebook
thing,
employee
and you're probably going
accesses
to
a
need
user's
this
private
service.
information, like
Because
their
you've
private
searched for those
messages
things
or
over the
their
last
personally
week,
identifiable
and
data,
you
is
searched
a
for them
record
more
made of that,
frequently
Mr.
over the last
Zuckerberg?
3 days, and according to your last
Is a
2
record
years
made
history,
of any time a Facebook employee
the more you search for a
accesses
thing,
a
and then in the
user's
3-day
private
period,
information,
you usually
personal
buy those things on a
identifiable information,
68%
for example, messages,
chance.
is a record made anytime a Facebook employee
And
does
just
that.
like any football game or sports betting game,
Does it trigger
I
an
could
audit?
bet that you're
Senator, I think sometimes it may.
gonna buy that thing or do that thing in the next 3 days.
Senator, I do not know the exact number.
And I
of
place a
audits
wager
on
on
this.
that. Then you do that thing, and I get paid just like in a horse race. 3 to 1, 5 to 1, 10 to 1,
I'm
whatever it
almost
is.
finished, Mr. Chairman. Will you commit to giving us a list of the number of times Facebook employees
I keep
have
switching hands, that's why I
accessed
shake it.
users' personal
Plus, I like
account
moving
information
to
without
add
their
some
knowledge?
excitement.
Yes or no?
Senator,
over to
we should
his
follow
channel.
up on what would be useful here. It
Watch
is
this entire
the course of the operations of the company. If someone reports something,
Without me talking over it.
sometimes necessary for
Watch this
people at the
alien
company
shake.
to go review and understand the context
Watch him
around what is happening when someone reports something. So this is fairly frequent.
and is a matter of course. We do have security systems that can detect anomalous patterns to flag.
I really need to refer to my notes.
But we should follow up in more detail on what you're interested in.
Mr. Chairman, I'll just say in closing that what we have here is clear evidence of coordination between Twitter, Google, and Facebook. Mr. Zuckerberg knows he has the tools to track this, but he either doesn't remember or won't commit to letting us see it. We have evidence of Facebook tracking its own users all across the web. Mr. Zuckerberg won't answer questions about
social credit scores are coming.
Isn't sure if the tool is deployed in this way.
What's the bad part about social credit scores? Well, let's just say your social credit score isn't high enough, so you don't qualify for this loan on this car that you need.
To the American people and to Congress for
let's say your
years
social credit score isn't high enough, and now you want to get a personal protection device.
A long time ago, give the people bread and
too bad, too sad.
And they shall never revolt. So what is this? Another bread and circuses sideshow?
I like the way
or do
he
you
ends
think
his
something
videos.
positive is going to come from this? Leave your thoughts about this for the world and the Google Thought Police in the comments section below. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel.
Subscribe
hit the bell
to his and my
notification
channel.
icon. Give this video a like and share it with everybody you know. And don't
If you
forget
could
to
hit the
subscribe
like,
to my private
the
email
thumbs
list
high button, that'd
through
be
my
great.
website, highimpactflix.com, and my members-only website, highimpacttv.com. Those links are in the description and in the pinned comment. I'll see you guys in the next heavily censored
Shadow Ban video.
Guys, we already know that they want to decimate the dollar, destroy.
Yeah, they do. Okay, so I'm encouraging you to go to my channel. I'm encouraging you to share my videos with your friends. I'm encouraging you and them to, when you're on my channel, even if you don't watch my videos, because I don't care. I'm looking forward to going to heaven. But if you don't watch my videos, come over here and click on the iTag rewatch, or go to the playlist, find the one that says iTag rewatch, because that's where, if I see something interesting, this is where I'm going to put it. And there's the High Impact Flicks video. I put a lot of stuff over there. That's not untrue. Right now I'm at 54 videos that are in there, and as we scroll down, let's see if any have been removed. Oh, there we go. Private video, private video, private video. Right. That just means that YouTube has removed it. More often than not, the person that's creating the video, they didn't remove it. And I've decided I'm not gonna delete these, because usually I would just delete it. But we're right now we're at 3, and over time we'll see how many we get up to. Look, people, I love you. I love you, and I pray that you might find Christ, that you would get saved. Ask him to. My main prayer is that the Lord might forgive me of my sins, save me into his Son, and my Savior, Christ Jesus, soon and very soon coming kingdom. For me, that's all encompassing. If my sins are forgiven, I get saved into this new kingdom, this only kingdom, the one that will stand forever and ever, that's more than enough for me. Right there in the middle, that's Pluto, in case anybody was wondering. That's Teddy P, he's upside down. And then Oscar from across. And on Baby Watch, we're still not 100%. I haven't seen anything under there. They're definitely still in there. They've totally taken most, if not all, of the rocks out of there. Kind of see down in there, there's 2 of them in there. I know that I have a country accent. Look at Lone Wolf. There he is. But the thing is, you and I are both alive right now. And the Lord has prepared us over the course of our lifetimes, for a time such as this. Hey, all right, guys, it's bedtime. So, whoa, oh, there it is. So, that's the nightlight. Fish sleep with their eyes open, so they never really go to sleep, which is why, at least I believe, why they don't have long lives, because they can't actually close their eyes and go to sleep, which I'm about to do. But before I let you go, you should know that I love you. Thanks for watching. See you next time on Demolition Ranch. Oh man, I love that guy's channel. He's got a lot of energy. I love his channel. That's how he always ends. I love you. Thanks for watching Demolition Ranch. Good channel. I would just continue to ask you to really think about it. Look at Clowny. Almost glowing at night. If Christ come back and he really can offer us eternity, that's what you get. You get to live forever. No more worried about being sick and dying and paying bills and scrounging for food, worrying about money. And if he's wrong, well, you don't lose anything. You just don't get anything. I don't believe he's wrong. I do believe unequivocally and unashamedly and unapologetically that our God is God. Not only is he a good God, but that he is God. And I hear people say, oh, the basketball guys have shined down on him, or all the, these guys have made him. No. If I'm in your presence, you will hear me say, there's only one God. There's only one God. He does exist in three forms. He exists God the Father. He exists in God the Son. And his Spirit is holy. So he exists in his Holy Spirit also, the Comforter. And he is more than willing to save you from your sins. But he can't do it unless you ask. He will not force himself on you. You are allowed to reject the Lord our God. Perfectly normal. Not recommended. If that's where you want to be, you can absolutely be there. More importantly, he is willing to save you. He's willing to accept you no matter what. Because there's a sermon on that. He so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever shall believe in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life. For God sent not his Son into the world to condemn the world, but that the world through him might be saved. You'll forgive me, it's getting late. What is it, 2:30 or so? I got to get some sleep. I ain't even gonna upload this tonight. I got number 16. This is number 17. I'm not only stalling, but I'm trying to make it to the 30-minute mark. So if you've X'd out, I don't blame you. Again, hit the thumbs high button. Leave a comment, because it helps bump me up in the algorithm. You guys are probably already subscribed, but if you want to share it, that It's perfectly fine. I'm not. Except for the shaving my head video, I'm probably not gonna put my face on there. So, not really worried about that. Not anymore, at least. Thank the Lord for giving me some clarification on that. Look at that. So this is a big fish right there, man. I'm telling you. These are not for eating up. These are pets. We don't eat our pets. Alright. So I'm gonna go ahead and lay down, get some sleep. Thank you, YouTube. Thank you for giving me some validation and for giving me that warning. Thank you guys for watching this. For watching 16 and this video that you're watching now, for watching number 17. I love you. I love you and I mean it. But find Jesus. He loves you more. I'll talk to you soon.